Okay, so I turned the music down and decided to turn the TV on. Out Murdough. I'm on the fence. He's a dirty, rotten, lying thief. But we all know that. He admits to that. I just don't see him killing his wife and son. I'm not feeling it. And besides, the evidence they have is nothing. But, with him being an attorney, him being they call volunteer solicitor, well, it's a state's attorney, their prosecuting attorney, I think. He would know better than to do any of that in timelines and phones. He knows better. So I don't know. I don't think he should have went to prison yet. I think they should have investigated more. And if not for him, for his son, I get it. The family's corrupt and whatever. But you know what? That boy, young man, lost his mom, his brother, and now his dad. Man, I'd have to think twice about that. So anyhow, that's going in the background. Now, I'm going to take, let me see if I can tilt this meat. Let me see if this will help. Haven't quite figured all this out yet. Well, anyhow, that I marinated overnight, and I made the marinade. It's my own. This is what it looks like. See that? But you have to dry it. Leave the marinade. You don't want to rinse it off. So you take paper towels and you lay this meat out. I love to eat this stuff, but this part, because I don't like my hands to be dirty, except when I'm working in the flowers, that's fine. But in the kitchen, no. And to have to touch this to lay it out, it is not for me, but I have to do it if I want to get to the end result. And I find myself stopping a lot, rinsing my hands. I'm going to try not to do that right now, as much as I want to. But this stuff is the bomb, and it's never exactly the same because I never exactly marinate it the same. Close sometimes because there's certain flavor. I like mine hot and sweet. And my husband seems to like it, so. But if he ever said he wanted teriyaki or something, I'd do that for him. But this seems to work well for us. And I can't stay out of it. That's why I'm making more, because I made some about 10 days ago, I guess. It's gone. Because I need protein, number one. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's got everything I want. It's got the chewy, it's got the hot, it's got the sweet. Hand me a steak and I'll give it back to you if I have this. Rather, I don't know what's happened here. Let me tell you what happened. Okay. I think I told you all in my one video that I was really sick and I got up to 319 pounds. Well, when I started to pull myself out of that, I went on diet because that was not normal for me. So I went on a diet and I got myself down to 270, 275. And, my doctor, he's cheering me on. He's proud of me. Well, I'd been at that plateau for a while and I wasn't liking it. I'm that, let's get it done now person, so I didn't have any patience. So I thought long and hard, did my homework, and I said to him when I went in for an appointment, I got to wash my hands, give me a second. I can't take it. Anyhow, I said to him, Doc, I hit this plateau. I'm stuck. I can't. I'm trying so hard. I said, and I know it happens. I said, but you know me. I said, he looked at me. He said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I've studied and looked it up. I said, I think I might be a candidate to weight loss surgery. I said, you know me. What do you think? Because he knew anyhow that food was not my issue. I'm never have been a huge eater. So we talked about it, and I said, I want the less invasive. I said, I'll go with the gastric sleeve. I said, because I don't want to be laid up for a while, and I just want to get it over with. I said, I just need a jump start is all I need. So he said, okay, we got it all scheduled, got it done. Boy, that was rough. The life. I was used to the life before the surgery because you had to go on a high protein, no junk, no anything. And I was on that diet for a long time and I didn't mind it. So I was good. I was just drinking a lot of protein shakes and I'd lost a few more pounds, which was required before the surgery. But anyhow, I had the surgery. It wasn't real comfortable. However, you got to remember, I was about 275 pounds. So I come home. Of course, my husband, the angel that he is, takes care of me. And I get through it. And, I stick to the diet. I did everything because I thought, man, I'll let them cut into me. I'm going to follow this through. Besides, I was dedicated to it. Anyhow, let me throw this away. So, sorry about it. I got to rinse this crap off my hands. So he took real good care of me. I got through it, went back to regular life. I was doing good with my weight loss. Then all of a sudden, I started getting sick. I couldn't keep anything down. Couldn't keep water down. And of course, at that point, I was so lactose intolerant. Don't give me anything with dairy. So I had an appointment anyhow with the surgeon that did the gastric sleeve. And it was just a regular checkup. And he asked me, how I'd been. And I told him what was going on. He said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I can't. And he says, well, you've lost a good bit of weight. He says, and you're losing a little too fast for my liking. And I'm like, well, I can't keep anything down. So we tried a couple things, didn't work. He says, well, here's our next alternative. Oh, I got on my foot. It looked like tomato sauce when I was cooking it. He says, we've got an alternative. He said, but now I'm going to have to go in and, tomato on my foot. He says, replumb you. He said, I'm going to have to take out the rest of the stomach. He said, some people can deal with that, and that's the right one for them, and they don't get sick. He says, however, they don't follow the plan. He says, I don't know many, he says, but there are some that just could not. So I said, okay. So, and this was like a little over a year later, maybe 14 months maybe. So we went back in, again, another surgery. However, this time, after my 2 weeks of no food, I was able to eat a little bit, keep it down. And the first thing he told me to eat when I could eat was chili because it's full of nothing but protein. It tasted so good, but a little cup of chili from Wendy's lasted me like 4 days. That's how hard it was to eat. So, of course, another surgery, lessened me there. I was having a little nausea, but nothing like before. So here I am 2 years, I think, after, maybe 2.5 years after that surgery. I don't eat. I don't want to eat. I maintain 138 pounds, though. I might gain 2 pounds, but then I take a pee. There we go. I love it. I went from a size 32. Now I shop in the kids department. I can wear a size 2 in women's, or I can wear a size large, extra large in the kids. Not the tops in the kids, no, but bottoms and skirts and bathing suit, all that. I've never been that thin. So, anyhow, I have to carry with me anti-nausea, melt under the tongue. Because if I go out to eat and there's people around, I don't want to be what I can't. I don't like anything anymore, which is okay because, like I said before, I was never a big eater. I crave sweets a lot though. But I'll order something now. Stop and think. There goes $20 right out the door because you know what? I'm going to bring it home, or yeah, probably most of the time I bring it home and it sits in the fridge, and then 3 days later I throw it away. Because I don't want other people to feel uncomfortable, so I'll sit there and pretend I'm enjoying it. It just makes me want to barf. But anyhow, all the advantages that I've gotten out of this, getting rid of the weight, having the doctor that put my PAH in remission, I don't know. And then, oh yeah, I got to tell you, I'm keeping this. I got this. See, those are my wings. My thighs, horrible. You'll probably see them one day. See me in my suit the rest of the way. However, my insurance company did pay for it was a horrible long name, where I got the bikini cut and then from here to here, and he took off the extra skin. I think he said like 6 pounds. But he made me a new belly button. I don't like it. It's up too high because I'm very low-waisted anyhow. And everybody says it's cute for man-made, but I don't like it. But it's okay because I don't have to look at it. So anyhow, I got off subject while I'm waiting for this to soak this stuff out of this meat. So anyhow, those were probably 2 of the life-saving events that happened for me. The good lung doctor. I had a good heart doctor, but fighting the lungs, he was having a problem. And now I'm worried about him. I saw him yesterday. He just got back to work. He had to have some procedures, and he don't look good. So anyhow, yeah, my lung doctor and my primary, who agreed that I could have it, but he knew I wasn't no nutcase. He knew I'd follow through. He knows how determined I am. I even went and had that psychological test that you have to have, and ladies, just don't worry about it. Even though you think I'm crazy, she said, no, I'm pretty well grounded. But yeah, anyhow, the last surgery, which was a year ago, March 27th, was the worst recovery I've ever had. And I've had 18 major surgeries. That was the 18th. But I guess if you lay there like a filleted fish for however long and then they put you back together, but I didn't have 1 drainage tube. I didn't have 2. I didn't have 3. I had 4 of them sons of bitches. 4. I won't get graphic and tell you where they were, but let me tell you what, it's painful. I didn't get the last one out for over a month. So flipping painful they were. Would I go through that surgery again? Of course I would. Absolutely. But no, I don't want the drainage tubes. No. So anyhow, let me get back to this because these videos are starting to get way too long. Anyhow, I tapped it out with white paper towels. Some people use newspaper, but print comes off of the newspaper. This, we're just going to get a mouthful of bleach. So anyhow, after you tap it out, this is what it looks like. It's still got spices on it. I like to cut mine thin because if you start getting thick with it, it gets tough. So what I do is I'm using the Power Air Fryer Pro. My daughter bought it 1 year for me for Christmas. A little big, but it's okay. And I lightly spray the racks with Pam. You know, they say, oh, you don't need to use... No, 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 no. No. Don't listen. Because I did that with one time. The first time I made my beef jerky, I didn't spray because, you know, dumbass me, I listened to somebody else. I had a hard time getting that beef jerky off of there. It cooked right to that rack. I was like, I just wanted to choke myself. So anyhow, I do spray them. And because I do mine for 8 hours, I don't turn it. There's really no need to anyhow because the air is able to circulate around it. But yeah, I do mine for a solid 8 hours. So I want to make sure it's nice and dried out so it doesn't mold or mildew or whatever food does, you know, turn green. So anyhow, here's my first rack. I'm going to put it in there. See, there's space between them so the air can get around them. Because if you put them any closer, then they're not going to get cooked properly. And I have 3 racks I'm going to put in. So that's what I'm doing. Anyhow, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to get these in the air fryer. Probably make myself a cup of coffee. Maybe. I got to go do some weed eating. I'll be back later. I don't know when. Y'all have a great day. Thanks. See you soon.